darling, welcome back. Today I'm going to be checking in on another Cozy Corner video. This is Blarg's new channel. I've been very excited to watch another video of his. I really liked the last one we did about the ghosts and everything. I liked having some little bit of my own opinion in it and everything. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to relate to history's weirdest punishments, but I'm here nonetheless, and I'm very excited. I hope you are as well. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing. It'd really help me out, and I'd very much appreciate it. Thank you. Are you ready? Let's go.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the wacky, wonderful world of torture. I know it's not actually either of those things, but this is like a pretty dark topic, so I feel like we gotta do whatever we can do to keep it light. Before we get into that though, I would like to thank Gamersubs for supporting the channel. Make sure you go check them out. Link is down in the description. You could use code COZY for 10% off anything on the website. For as long as humans have been, well, human, we have preferred to be around other humans in one way or another. This primitive desire for a sense of community is what led early humans to become tribalistic. With the formation of community also comes the formation of rules, order, and social etiquette, as well as the sort of us versus them mentality that goes towards anyone who does not share the same values as you and your tribe. As history shows, when you break those rules or values, sometimes words or even immediate capital punishment are just not enough. That's where our topic comes in today.
Ew. Oh, wait, no. Guys, have you ever just needed, like, to hang on something to let your back, like, relax? Relax? Shit. Guys, have you ever been like back hurty time and you've decided to like hang on something so your back can relax? Oh my God, me too. I was gonna say that if this wasn't done to this extreme and they just actually popped your back, that would actually probably feel kind of okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't done the like hang in a while. That sounds wild out of context. I haven't just like, you know, hold the fuck. Throw the whole video away. I haven't just like held on to something and let my body like I'm done. I can't. I'm trying to explain something or I feel like I'm just making it worse. You know what I mean? Back maybe would feel good if did this, just not too much this. There you go.
Torture has historically had many uses, whether it was to deter people from committing a crime in the future, a sort of power move to prove.
Was that a power move? Did you just make me? Is this a power move? What happened? Was that me or was that you?
Whether it was to deter people from committing a crime in the future, a sort of power move to prove a point.
I'm being gaslit! What just happened? What is this video? What is this video? I'm being gaslit! Oh my God, that happened! That was real! That fucking happened! Whatever, it's fine. I don't care.
To deter people from committing a crime in the future, a sort of power move to prove a point, a crime for punishment, or in more modern times, it's been used to elicit truth from someone. Complete side note here, but it's actually been shown that torture has the counter effect of getting the truth from someone. There was a 6,000-page document released by the CIA under Bush and Cheney. It essentially just revealed that it just results in the captive making up a story in order for you to stop torturing them, leading to info that is actually worse than no information because you would waste time and money spending these empty leads. That, of course, hasn't stopped them from just doing it for the love of the game, though. So
oh my God.
Guess whatever. That being said, if you were planning on ripping somebody's fingernails off today, I guess just don't do that.
Yeah,
Although I'm sure
please.
it's not the very first case of torture. The earliest I could find was around 7,000 years ago, towards the tail end of the early Neolithic period. There was a mass grave discovered, and all of the bodies inside had broken shin bones as well as bludgeoned skulls. Of course, there's no actual way to prove that this was torture, but I think it would be pretty safe to assume that if you found a pile of bodies all with the exact same injury from the same time frame, it would be safe to think that they were bound or held captive somehow. There's also plenty of sources throughout history that shows that torture was used as well as even accepted by a ton of societies.
Legally and morally acceptable. I mean, morally though? Morally? That's crazy.
So naturally, through all of those centuries, humans have come up with some interesting ways to...
What was that? Do I want to know what that was?
Through all of those centuries, humans have come up with some...
Does that go on your beanets? That goes up your butt! Is that your butt? Is that your butt or your beanets? Is it worse that it's worse if it's your butt? Oh no. Oh. Ew. Sorry.
interesting ways to cause harm to one another. So let's go over my personal favorites.
I don't think this is what's about to happen, but I really want us to go to the next part of the video and it to have that tier list ranking. And I just want to see what the S tier is. I don't think that's what we're about to get, but I really, really want that.
Favorite feels like a weird word to use. Let's talk about upright jerking. So I guess this one's more of an execution method than it is.
Oh! Oh no! It's not that kind of jerking. It's not that kind of jerking. Oh god, there's no hope for me. There's no hope for me. I am just a lost cause. I am just throw me away. Just throw me away. No.
Is per se torture, but because it didn't have the best success rate as well as the embarrassment it would cause your entire lineage by being upright jerked to death, I think it earns a spot in our video today. Also, the name is just really funny. So as it turns out, hanging somebody so they actually die instantly requires quite a bit of math. And considering the only person who could probably do the math was the woman they were hanging because she's clearly a witch, it led to a lot of people simply suffocating to death, which I guess was considered unsightly to the public. So in the 1800s, the Americans came up with the idea for the upright jerker. It would use a series of weight and pulleys in order to yank a body up and cause what is called a hangman's fracture. This was, however, quite flawed in many cases. An example I found was a man named Charles Getter who requested to be jerked up rather than dropped down with a noose. He wore himself a nice white suit in preparation for his big day. The time had come and he was upright jerked into the air where the rope almost immediately snapped. Once they had finally found another rope, he was once again jerked upright. Unfortunately for him though, his neck did not snap, and the reports state that it took up to 11 minutes for him to slowly suffocate to death.
Oh my
so
god.
Yeah, I think this one could officially be considered torture. If you have listened to me and my friend's podcast, then you might be familiar with this next one. Pionaculi, or otherwise known as punishment of the sack. It was mainly used as a punishment for people who either killed their own parents or another very close family member, which is weirdly specific, but I guess this was commonplace enough in Rome where they needed like a dedicated punishment for it.
Who's killing their... Did they have like inheritance and stuff back then? Or like why... What would be the point? I don't understand. I mean, there's never a point, but like so frequent that you have a punishment listed for it. Yeah? Oh, there was. Oh, so people are just greedy. Oh. Okay.
Condemned would be sewn into a large leather sack. But before that sack was closed, they would add a monkey, a snake, a rooster, and a dog. And just when you think, okay, that's probably enough to get the job done,
Oh,
They
no.
threw it into a lake as well. Look, I get like killing your family members is like really bad. I really do get that. But like, what the animals do wrong? Surely throwing somebody who is bound inside of a leather sack into a body of water would net the exact same effect as it would if the animals were in there or not. So it kind of just seems like they're putting a hat on a hat here. We'll take a little break from the more physical ones and talk about what is called white torture. This is a form of psychological torture where a prisoner is put in an all-white room, wearing all-white clothes, with all-white objects, eating all-white food, all while the lights are on 24/7. They are then just kind of left there. I find this one kind of interesting because when you compare it to like being sewn into a sack full of a bunch of bewildered animals and then thrown into a body of water, this one really doesn't sound that bad. But a prisoner named Amir Fakhravar would probably disagree with you. He was allegedly held captive inside an Iranian white room for 8 months in 2004, leading to depersonalization, psychosis, and hallucinations. When he was finally released, he wasn't even able to recall what his parents' faces looked like, as well as noting that he was mentally never the same. There's actually a video about this from Vsauce. I'll link it down below. But he only spent 3 days inside the white room. But even in that very short time frame, his sense of self, sense of time, and rational thinking were all severely compromised.
I wonder why. Is it because there's no, like, difference between things, so you stop being able to see a difference? It's very interesting. The way that things impact your mind is terrifying, beautiful, and just concerning. I'm gonna be honest, because this is not at all the same, but talking about like seeing things in the dark, and then maybe if you like are unable to see things in the light or something like that. Interesting. Brain has no stimulation? Maybe? I don't know.
White room torture is actually still allegedly used today in countries like Iran, USA, and Venezuela. Complete side note about Iran here, but it's actually one of the countries that still uses capital punishment quite frequently. Most of them are done by hanging, but their legal code actually still permits just throwing somebody off of a cliff. It's just like a fun little fact to throw in there, I guess.
Oh, so fun.
The Pear of Anguish, which is a crazy name, by the way. All right, for this one, all I'm going to do is show you the device. I want you to use your imagination to figure out what it does and where it goes.
Okay. Okay. I'm a bit concerned. I'm quite a bit concerned. I don't... Is this for your balls? Why is it on a tripod? Is the tripod part of it? Or is it... What? No? Bum? Why is it always the bum? That is not the music I thought I would be unmuting to after saying, why is it always the bum?
No, you sick freaks. It went in their mouth.
Ha! 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 Frick you! Frick you! Frick you! It's not me, it's you! It's you! See? See? And y'all want to say the chat reflects the streamer. This is you. This is you. This ain't me. Not this time. The other times? Maybe. Not this time.
Mostly. These were...
Fuck! Shit. Damn it.
Pretty simple mechanisms consisting of these pear-shaped metal segments that would expand with the use of a key. The device was allegedly used to prevent someone from talking and could only be taken out using the key. This method has been kind of disputed though, with a lot of experts actually just claiming this device was used to juice fruits. But like, come on man, this thing is just like begging to be shoved up somebody's Now let's talk about the Spanish Inquisition. For those that have heard about this period but are not familiar with it, let me give you the spark notes. From November of 1478 to July of 1834, the Spanish monarchs wanted to find a way to maintain Christian orthodoxy while also punishing those who practiced Judaism and Islam in secret. They decided that the most simple way to do this would be to win them over using logic and reason. Say hello to the Judas cradle. It was essentially a sharpened triangular wood or metal stool. The victims would be lowered onto the sharp tip through their, then would be left there with their body weight slowly pulling them down, or in some cases they were even pulled down with ropes. This would at best case cause severe injury and at worst case cause death. Or maybe that should be the other way around, I don't know. However, a lot of experts do argue that this was actually more of a scare tactic than something that was actually consistently used. Another fun invention from that time period was called the heretic's fork. In theory, it was a very simple tool. It was just a double-sided, sharpened metal fork that would be attached to a victim's neck using a leather strap. The wearer could not properly eat, sleep, speak, or drink without the fork cutting into their neck and chest. I know there's far worse ones than something like this, but these ones that aren't really actually meant to kill but just to cause so much suffering that death would probably be preferred are just an extra layer of evil, man. Speaking of evil, let's move on to mock executions. This is like the type of stuff your friends would do when you like fell asleep first at the sleepover.
Prank him, John.
Oh no.
This one's obviously pretty straightforward with the name, but there's a pretty famous case of it from 1849. A Russian man named Fyodor Dostoevsky and a group he was a part of were all convicted of high treason. They were told that they were being sentenced to death by firing squad. They spent weeks thinking this is how it was going to end for them, and they were even marched out to the courtyard where the gunmen were waiting. The guns were drawn, aimed, and fired, but with no bullets inside. This is when the men were informed that they were actually sentenced to a work camp the entire time. Again, I think this one's just like pure evil. It's like the worst of both outcomes. Like all the anxiety and fear that comes with being faced with your mortality, as well as then having to actually go spend a good chunk of your life at a work camp. The next one almost seems like comedic in the context of the other ones we've been talking about today. This one is called Goat's Tongue.
No, I'm so ticklish. No, f off. No, I'm so ticklish. Oh, I know that's not the concern here, but I just see the feet and the tickles, and I'm so ticklish. I will punch you in your face hole if you tickle me. I hate it.
Again, with this one, there's not a ton of real proof. Most of it comes from first-hand accounts that were then... So as...
They were what? They were what?
Ton of real proof. Most of it comes from first-hand accounts that were then... So as always, take this with a grain of salt.
Did he say a bad word? I don't know what he said. I don't know what he said.
Victim would allegedly be tied down to a chair with ye old leather straps. Their feet would then be dipped in salt water, which would cause a nearby goat to lick them until they are raw. I mean, it certainly doesn't sound like ideal, but if you're sitting there in the chair getting that, while somebody down the street is sitting on a Judas cradle getting slowly split in half the long way, I feel like you'd think you won the lottery on that one, no?
Yeah.
The last one I have on our fun little list today is also not that bad, all things considered. You could kind of think about it like a Macy's parade, except it's only one guy and everyone's mad at him. This one is called riding a rail. This was actually an extrajudicial punishment, which meant that there was no like courts or judge involved, just a good old-fashioned angry mob. The name obviously is quite self-explanatory. You would be forced to ride a post like a witch on a broom, and then you'd be paraded through the town all the way to the edge of the city where you would just be dumped on the side of the road. All that fun while an angry mob yelled and threw stuff at you. On occasion,
I mean, as long as you're not like actually throwing like a stone or something, I feel, because like you can lob a potato. I was gonna say a tomato, but yeah, you can. Well, a potato might give me a concussion. You can lob a potato at me. That's fine. I mean, I've seen the other things that could have happened to me. But if you're just angry,
you would also get tarred and feathered while doing so.
There's the thing that I say all the time. There's a thing. I say tarred and feathered, but it means like tired. That you're tired. It's very different for this. But this is the thing that I say all the time that no one knows what I'm talking about. It's this.
Mob yelled and threw stuff at you. On occasion, you would also get tarred and feathered while doing so, which, as the name implies, you would get covered in tar and then feathers thrown at you so you looked like a big stupid chicken. This was more of like an embarrassment thing than it was an actual like physical punishment, but honestly just still crazy that this was a normal thing. There's a lot more serious and honestly pretty interesting ones, especially done by a lot of intelligence agencies around the world, but I think we should save that for its own video sometime. So I tried to focus more on these super weird or niche ones for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel a ton. And I will see you guys next week.
Okay. All right. I'm conflicted. While a lot of these were very strange and just kind of out there, it's terrifying to think how bad everything has been and like all these terrible things. I do like the spin that Blarg puts on things and making it just kind of like a fun little discussion and being all, you know, silly goofy about it. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. Please, 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 please make sure that you go check out the original video in his channel. It's gonna be linked down below. If you like my video, make sure you like and subscribe so I can see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.